Now that, I will admit, was more my fault than his. See, I think a lot of times the reasons why motorcycles get into the accidents that we get into, even though when you watch people's footage, so often people are saying, that guy wasn't looking, and he just came out into my lane, and what were they thinking, and they don't have respect for us on the road. It's more often that we want to go the speed we want to go when we want to go it, and we want everybody else to adjust to that. And that's just not how the road is. We are the minority and have a lot more at stake, a lot more to risk than the majority, which are the cars. Now, I would venture to say, and I'm just pulling a number out my ass, but I would venture to say that like 80% of collisions involving motorcycles, when actually analyzed, are probably the motorcycle's fault. I mean, nobody goes the speed limit, so let's not even really get into the whole we're not going the speed limit factor, because look, it's 47, the speed limit's 40, nobody's going, I'm going 47, the speed limit's 40, nobody's going the speed limit, quote unquote. But cars expect things to happen how cars happen. They don't expect things to happen how motorcycles happen. And what I mean by that when I say that is, cars expect to be able to see you and expect you to be going a certain nth speed. We're typically going 10 miles an hour on regular roads, maybe 10 miles an hour faster than what the cars are doing on any given, on sport bikes, on any given regular road. Now, highway is a whole different story, but on any given regular road, we would prefer to be going about 10 miles faster than what the actual traffic is flowing, which is oftentimes 10 miles faster or so than the speed limit. So when a car comes out of an intersection, as this gentleman did, or out of his driveway, he's looking for about something going about 10 miles an hour faster than what the speed limit is around there. He got an idea what traffic is, and he's looking, understandably, that that's going to be a certain distance away from him as well. So when he looks, he doesn't see anything, because within that 10 mile an hour speed range in distance, there's nobody there. Now here I come going 10 miles an hour faster than the speed he's expecting to see. And actually by then I was probably going about 20 miles an hour faster. I think I might have already been up to 60 by the time he pulled out. And he's looking for something going around 40 or so. So I'm there. When he looks, I'm not there. And by the time he turns and makes his commitment to go, I'm there. Because I've already gone traverse that extra distance because I'm going faster. So I'm not there when he looks, but by the time he makes his commitment, where anybody going that speed that he was expecting to see wouldn't have made it that far yet, I'm going much faster than that. I'm there. So by then he's already committed, already pulled out, and now here I am. And that's what I see when I look at people's footage and the accidents that have happened quite often. And the complaints of how the driver this and the driver that, or the close calls, and the complaints how the driver's not looking. No, it's not that they're not looking. It's that they're not expecting you to come up going twice as fast as what they're expecting to see. So just bear that in mind, because at first I got mad. I'm like, oh my God, look at this dude. Thinking, because it doesn't feel like you're going that fast on a motorcycle. On this bike, 60 feels like 40. I didn't have it, I wasn't talking or anything, but I was just gauging my wind velocity on me, because I'm thinking about taking a little bit of a road trip. And I'm sitting here straight up in the air, and I'm like, man, 60, I could do this all day. I barely even feel it. The speed, visually, because you got such a wider frame of view in your helmet, it feels like you're going slower than you're going. And I think that's part of the reason why, especially on sport bikes, we have a tendency and a desire to want to go faster, because we don't really think we're going faster. We're not looking at our gauges. We think we're going, I feel like I'm going about 50 right now. It feels like 50. The wind is barely hitting me. It's just breezing over me. The engine isn't revving really high. I don't feel a whole lot of vibration. I can see everything around me, so everything's not coming to me in that tunnel vision like zoom, 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 zoom. It's such a wider view. Doesn't feel like things are moving quite as fast. I look down, I'm at 70 miles an hour. You're going to be going a lot faster than what people are expecting you to be going, and you're going to end up places where people have already looked and cleared. You do not clear! I have to clear. Season 2 Walking Dead. But you're going to be there after somebody has already cleared that sector and has made a commitment to move. So bear that in mind when you're going down these roads, that you need to be aware of what other people have already seen, because that's where you're going to be. So essentially, when people say I never saw him coming, literally, they don't see you because they're not even looking. Anyway, I know I'm a noob, I'm still learning and all that good stuff. Don't take my advice but for a grain of salt, but take it for a pound too, just because, well, that was proof. I don't know whether or not that showed up so close on the camera, because this camera, like the camera adds 10 pounds to a person. I think this camera adds about 10 feet or so a distance to a situation. But believe you me, that was close enough. Wasn't the closest thing I've ever had in life, but it was close enough. And once I realized the speed I was going, it was a definite oh shit moment. So anyway, it's your boy AOR. I'm out. Holla. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. You are getting sleepy. You all of a sudden want to click on that like and subscribe button. Zzz. Plural, because there's 2. Anyway, peace. I'm out.